Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas!
Today we're talking about family traditions and what our memories are of Christmas time, past. This is Paige. Paige, if you call the Quacker Factory, Paige is who you talk to. They think Paige runs the place, and she does. And the question I've been asking everybody today is, what's one of your good memories? What's one of your fond memories of traditions in your family?
Well, I remember now, probably the first 15 years of Christmas at our house, and I just remember this too. On Christmas Eve, we'd start out with going to our neighbor's house. I came from a very big family. There were 4 children, and a lot of
But you
kids.
inherited some more kids.
I did a little bit later, but early on it was the 4 of us, and then there were 6. And then our neighborhood consisted of about 10 other neighborhood kids. So Christmas Eve, we'd go to my next door neighbor's house, and we would have spaghetti for dinner, and then everybody would wait around the living room, and Santa would actually come.
While you were away?
While we were having dinner, Santa would come, and we would go into the living room, and Santa was there. So somebody was Santa with a big bag of presents, actually, and every kid got a present from Santa on Christmas Eve. And that was a lot of fun. And then on Christmas morning, we'd all open our presents, and then my mother had a brunch for about the first 15 or 20 years that I can remember, and the entire neighborhood and all the kids came over for brunch, and we'd have our pancakes and bacon and eggs and sweet rolls, and then all the kids would go outside and play with all their presents.
When she told us this story, we all went, "Oh my God, your mother is a saint."
She entertained a lot, and it's just what they were used to. So they took care of the kids. They entertained all the time, and they didn't have the technical things we have today to do some of those things. But somehow it all worked, and it was a very nice Christmas all the time with a very neighborhood feel. And I'm still close to many of the kids that I grew up with. And several of us live back here in Florida after being away for years and years, and we all come back now with our kids, and so our kids play together too, which is kind of neat. So it goes several generations, but those are some of my memories.
Good. And one day, you know what we should do? We should do something with our kids. You can bring your daughter. She's a daughter, and Kate has 5 cats, a dog, and 3 birds.
More kids than I have.
Yeah. Kate has hers, and my daughter could come with her. We could have a little. Everybody bring their
Christmas
kids
exchange,
for.
or we could make
we could
cookies.
maybe do it for Valentine's Day.
That would be fun.
Cute, 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 cute. Well, you were talking about Santa coming. Terry, scoot in here. Lee, scoot. She's not going to want to scoot.
I'm scooting.
She's scooting. Somehow our Christmas spirit faded.
Sorry, guys.
Do you remember Santa Wally?
Santa Wally. I was thinking of that while she was
I
talking.
know.
Yes.
You know, we would come down at Christmas, and we would be at our motel with all the young people, but you had to eat with my parents every night, and Christmas Eve. And we would go to an older couple's home on Christmas Eve. They made boiled ham sandwiches, gluttonly, deviled eggs. They never had children. They were the love of our life. They had an organ. My husband would play music. We would sing. And all the couples were 900 years old that were there.
But they all loved us because
you were the only kids.
We were the only kids, Tim and I. So they would all pet and fuss and
Take care of.
Yeah, and pinch your cheek and
What was that food you mentioned? Gluttonly, what?
Claude and Lee.
Claude and
Lee.
Lee.
Those,
Yes.
There was a couple that.
Oh,
the
okay. I
house
thought that
we
was a
go
food you.
to.
I thought you said
No,
something about
Claude and
food.
Lee. Claude and Lee.
Friends.
Very, very nice people. But these were all
Oh, we
and
have
we were-
cheesecake
and we
from
were
Wolfie's.
Wolfies, we were little, so they all looked like they were 900 of us. You know? But we loved them all, and then, throughout the evening, the adults would be cocktailing, and then after we had our little picnic dinner, then we sang some carols. All of a sudden, you'd hear coming from the bedroom, "Ho, ho, ho!" And out came Santa Wally. It was Wally
Habercorn.
Wally Habercorn.
From Brownsville, Wisconsin.
And he had a Santa suit, and he dressed up for Tim and I every year. And he'd come in with his bag, and he'd sit down, and he'd pick up his scotch, and
And he was
Have
a
you been
big,
good today?
He was
Happy Santa.
He was a perfect Santa Claus.
Yeah, he was big.
He was big, but his wife and her sister were best of friends, and they lived in this. All 3 of them lived in the same house. They would dress him in the laundry room, and the kids never saw this part of it, and they would giggle and giggle and giggle, just getting Wally. He had to be 400 pounds. Getting him into his Santa suit, and all of a sudden, Lee was just really young, and Wally's doing this, Santa's doing this, and all of a sudden she looks up and she goes, "You're Santa Wally!"
Well, that's because
The light went on.
No, well, he had this really. The fake beard wasn't that great, but he didn't have a mustache, and so. But he had a mustache, and it was very much like a walrusy mustache, very bristly, and because I know I have to get kissed by it, you know. I all just looked up. I'm like, Wally, you're Santa Wally.
And he was.
So for years we had Santa Wally.
That's excellent.
He's one of my
story.
favorite memories.
It is.
Cute.
When the kids were little, my husband was a member of the JCs, and we were all the J sets. It was what we did when we were young. And one year, my husband was Santa Claus for Ripon, Wisconsin, for the JCs. And I thought, how cute! So we had him come to the house. Lee was just a tiny, tiny baby, but Tim was maybe 4 or 5 years old. And he walks in, ho, 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 with his bag of toys. And Tim looks at him and studies him and tells him what he wants. And all of a sudden he goes, "Ah, you're Daddy." We killed the illusion.
You're too smart of kids. That's the problem there.
Santa Claus is the best thing as a teacher for us. You believe in an unknown. And it just comes every Christmas. Those presents are put under the tree. And it's a feeling we should keep all year long. But I hope each one of you sits down and takes a little bit of time to write your letter to Santa Claus. And believe that next year all those wishes and dreams will come true. Remember, put down everything you want. You might not get it all, but I always figure the bigger your list, chances are you're going to get a lot of stuff. Believe as a child. Because remember, if you don't believe in Santa Claus, you get underwear.